Secure Access. Register for your online account at IRS. Having an online account at IRS can provide access to self-help tools, like getting a transcript or looking at your account. I'm going to walk through setting up an online account step by step. The IRS uses an authentication process called Secure Access. Secure Access requires users to authenticate their identity in several areas: email confirmation, tax return confirmation, financial account data, and mobile phone verification. This process helps assure the IRS that those who pass Secure Access are indeed who they say they are. It's considered a two-factor authentication process, and that means when users return to the tool after creating an account, they must pass a two-step process each time to regain access. They must have their credentials, which means their username and password, plus they must enter a security code that is sent as a text to their mobile phone or generated by the IRS To Go app. Now, thieves may be able to steal your username and password, but it's unlikely they will also steal your mobile phone. It's just one more way of making sure that only the legitimate user can access online accounts. All taxpayers must authenticate their identity through Secure Access in order to register for IRS self-help tools like get a transcript, view your tax account, or get an IP PIN. To start the registration process, go to the self-help tool you want to use. For example, Get Transcript, and select the Login button. That will bring you to the login page like you see here. Simply enter your username. If you have previously registered but have not accessed the system recently, you may be asked to update your registration. Or if you're a new user, select Create Account. The registration starts with a series of what we call expectation setting pages. These pages want to make sure that you have the necessary information at hand before you get started. As you see here, it lists the information you need to have available to successfully register. For example, the financial data section has specific requests such as a credit card number, student loan, home mortgage loan, home equity line of credit, or a car loan. You only need one of these acceptable accounts. Most people use a credit card number. Now, this must be your personal credit card in your name. It cannot be a debit card, a company-issued card, or an American Express. If you don't have any of these financial data points, unfortunately, you will not be able to register for an online account. Currently, there is no manual option to create an account. You will also need a mobile phone associated with your name. Again, this must be a personal mobile phone, including a prepaid mobile phone. It cannot be a landline or a virtual phone such as Skype or Google Voice. If you don't have a mobile phone that meets this criteria, there is another option that I will explain in a moment. Once you have all the information that you need to get started, you have your tax return, your financial account, and your mobile phone, you can get started with registration. The first phase is to verify the email address. Simply follow the prompts and enter your email address. Minimize the registration page and check your email inbox. You'll immediately receive an email to the mailbox you provided. This email will have a confirmation code that you will need to continue the process. If you don't immediately see that email, you should check your spam folder. Then return to Secure Access registration and enter the email confirmation number like you see here. Phase 2 involves matching your identity to your tax return. Enter the personal information, your name as it is listed on your most recently filed tax return, along with your date of birth and filing status. Enter your address exactly as it is on your most recently filed tax return. It's important that everything you enter in this phase matches your tax return in order for you to pass to the next phase. Don't worry if this is not your current address. What you're doing here is inputting information to match to your return. Next, you must enter a financial account number from one of the acceptable financial areas. Again, the accepted financial data points are a credit card, a student loan, a mortgage loan, a home equity loan, a home equity line of credit, or a car loan. And again, most people use a credit card number. You must enter the last 8 numbers of the credit card or account number. And be careful, entering this information incorrectly is a common error. Once again, you cannot use a debit card, a company-issued card, or an American Express. Also, the IRS does not retain this information. We are asking for this data simply to verify your identity. If you have frozen your accounts through one of the credit bureaus, you need to temporarily lift that freeze in order to complete this phase. The final phase involves verifying your mobile phone. Again, this must be a personal mobile phone associated with your name. Enter your phone number and select Send Message. And note the links at the bottom of this page. If you know you don't have a mobile phone that fits this criteria, you can request an activation code by mail. After you input your phone number, you will immediately receive an activation code text to verify your phone number. Enter that 6-digit activation code here. And here's option B. If you were unable to verify your mobile phone, or you don't have a personal mobile phone associated with your name, you can request an activation code by mail. You'll receive it within 10 days. You can come back to this login page and enter either your personal or business mobile phone. At this stage, the mobile phone does not have to be associated with your name. For example, it can be a company-issued mobile phone. You can even register the IRS To Go app on a mobile device, such as an iPad, to generate a security code. Now, once you've completed the activation code and verified your mobile phone, you can complete the registration process. You can and should create a new strong password that meets the criteria listed. Consider using a passphrase that you can remember. We're almost at the end. The final step is to create a user profile. You'll need to select a site phrase and a site image. The objective here is to always look for your site phrase and image when you're signing on to make sure that you've not gone to a fake IRS site. Once you successfully register for one tool, you can access any of the tools that you are eligible for. For example, if you registered for an account so that you could access Get Transcript Online, you can use the same username and password to access View Your Tax Account. Again, Secure Access uses a 2-factor authentication process for returning users. This is a very important feature to prevent thieves from taking over your account. Each time you return to access a tool, you must enter your username and password. You should always check your site image and site phrase to make sure that you have not been tricked into going to a fake site. As soon as you enter your username and password, you'll be sent a text to the mobile phone you registered. This is your security code, and you must enter it to access your account. This is a key element to ensure that only the real taxpayer can access the account. Another feature of Secure Access is the login history. Each time you log in, you can see the most recent activity, and this can help you determine if someone else may have been accessing your account. If you have all the required data, the email address, the tax return matching information, the financial accounts, and the mobile phone associated with your name, you can complete this registration process in about 15 minutes. If you don't have a mobile phone associated with your name and you need an activation code sent to you by mail, it will take about 10 days to be delivered. If you're unable to pass the Secure Access registration, you won't be able to use these self-help tools. If you need a tax transcript, you can still use Get Transcript by Mail to have a transcript delivered to your address of record in about 10 days. However, you will not be able to access Get an IP PIN or My Account. There currently are no alternative workaround for those tools because of their sensitivity. To learn more about this registration process or how to use the IRS To Go app for security codes, please go to www.irs.gov/secure access. Thank you.